Perfect. Wow, what a beast, man. That thing is huge. I can't be the only person that really hates this. Missing line on the spool. I like my spools to be pretty full. I don't like this. There's a lot of space here that needs to be filled up with line. So I got this Cigar Stealth gray braid. I didn't even know Cigar made braid. I love using their leaders, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot. Supposedly this gray is very stealthy. We'll see about that. So it's also very pricey. I think this was like 30 bucks for 150 yards. So hopefully it's worth the price. Braid, line in general is really expensive. Probably the most expensive upgrade you can do on any of your fishing gear. All right, guys, so this is my Okuma Citrix. I've had this for quite a while. I do a lot of upgrades on all my reels. This one here, we did an ABEX 7 ceramic bearing upgrade. Check it out. And we also changed the handle to a Gomexus carbon fiber handle to make it look more sleek. So this thing is gonna be launching lures fucking hard. Like, I'm talking about, like, when you throw this, it sounds like a Shimano DC cast controller. It's like, bzzz. All right, guys, so before we go on to the floodgates, I'd like to mention that we gotta be prepared. I like to be extra prepared just in case anything happens. I'm about to make like 10 spoons to bring with me. I know a lot of people lose spoons, so I'll get one out of here. Here's a spoon, you know, because they lost one. But I also want my own personal spoons because I like to upgrade my stuff. I don't want to lose any fish, you know. So the way that we fished at the gates, we basically bounce the spoons off the wall and you're gonna mess them up. They're gonna get all scratched, but the worst part is that when you get these spoons from, I guess where we get them from at Amazon, I think they're like 50 bucks for 12. It has really cheap hardware. This stuff here, as soon as you put it in the water, it starts to rust out. Like legit, straight up. So what we do is we upgrade all the hardware. I personally like to upgrade my hardware. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I do before we go on fishing trips, but for right now, I'm gonna show you the stuff that I use to upgrade these spoons before we go, all right? So what you're gonna need is, of course, you're gonna need some spoons, or you can actually buy them from my site. I have my Big Cartel website at the bottom, link in the description, where you can buy spoons that I personally upgrade and make. So what you're gonna need is size 7 Spros here, split rings. These are about 25 bucks a pack. This is gonna be for the top of the spoon. You're gonna need size 8 split rings. These are for the bottom. And the reason that they're staggered, this is a 7 and an 8, the top punctured hole here is a lot thinner to get to, so you don't need a size 8 split ring to get it through there. A size 7 will work just fine. But the bottom's really thick. It's really hard to get anything through this slot right here. So you're gonna have to use a size 8, all right? So the other thing you're gonna need is split ring pliers here. These are, I think these are like $30 on the Spro website. So with these, you can open up split rings of any size pretty easily and simple. Makes it really easy to put the split rings on the spoon. So now hook wise, I know in the past I've said, you know, use BKKs or whatever, which is fine. But the problem with that is that BKKs can get hard to get locally. You order them from online, you gotta pay shipping. That's 20 bucks right there right in itself. And if you go to your local tackle store, they might not even carry the BKKs. But the worst part is that for a pack of 6, they're $15. They're expensive. Do you really need BKKs? No. I actually started using, back again, basics, Mustad, 3 times strong. These work just as good. These work for tuna. These are on the Halco lures or whatever big ones, elite lures you like to use. These are the types of hooks that they put on there. Mustad, 3 times strong. These work just as fine. If they work on tuna and stuff, they're gonna be fine with jacks, all right? Come on. We're catching jacks, reds, kings at the jetty. This is more than enough for catch those big fish, all right? So that's what we need. Again, if you don't wanna, invest, that if you can't buy all that stuff, then you can go to my website, my Big Cartel, and you can get the spoons from my website. Oh, yep, there's something right there. Popping cork. Hopefully we get something today. All right, guys, so here we are at the bottom of the floodgate. So far, I haven't seen anything. Emerson said that there's something in the middle of the channel here where he's getting snagged at, but as for right now, I don't really see much going on. I don't see a lot of the jacks along the wall. Like most of the time when you catch a jack out here, it's really along the wall, but I don't even see that. You'll see like really you'll see some wave action, and you'll see like yellowtail and stuff like that. So, but for right now, I haven't seen any of that stuff, but it's still early, you know. So usually the bite here is around like 8 or 9, 10, 11, but it really varies depending on the tide too. Look, check it out. The tide is coming in. It's also very low. You check it out. The water's usually till up here. Look how much bottom is exposed right here. All right, so the setups we got going on here, we got the Citrix that we just upgraded the bearings and all that stuff. And I got my box of spoons here. These spoons that I make, I change all the hardware out. Check it out.
I told you yesterday.
So hopefully, man, oh, I got the spool tech too. I've had this for like 6, 7 years. I never used it. I think I'm gonna use it today because it looks just like a gold spoon. Check it out. Look at the shine on that. So hopefully something hits. We're pretty ready. And we're using a 60-pound fluorocarbon fish lab. So we're pretty set. We shouldn't break off or anything. Hopefully we catch something. I'm starting to see those splashes on the side. Ah, they move so fast. Yeah, I think they're starting to show up. There we go. Feels like a red. We'll see what it is.
That's what I said. Mine felt weird. It came in easier than normal. It wasn't coming in like a jack fighting all hard. And if it is a jack, it's a football. Small. Maybe that's different trout, a big trout, like the way I caught it.
There it comes, whatever it is. It's a red. Oh, it's a big trout, dude.
Yeah, see, that's what I got earlier. I got a 24-inch trout.
That's a big fucking trout, man.
Yeah, I got a big trout earlier too. Did it stuck or what?
Yeah, it's stuck on something.
See, this is what I got stuck on down there, bro. Other people's shit. Go ahead. Bring him in.
Nah, I'm getting stuck now.
Huh?
It's stuck on something.
He's out now, huh? Yeah, he's out. Get him up. See, that's what hit my shit earlier. A big fucking trout. Because it didn't fight like a jack, bro. It's so weird.
This is a big trout, bro.
Yeah, I caught a
Holy
24-inch
shit.
right here, and I let it go the other day, too. That's it, dog. That's what hit my stuff earlier.
Wow.
A big trout. I knew it wasn't a jack.
Wow, dude, look at this. Fucking, what a beast, bro.
Mine was just like that. 24 inches, big fat motherfucker.
Dang.
Nice fish, bro. I'll laugh if it's the same fish.
Wow. What a beast, bro. This thing is, holy, huge fucking trout, dude. This is like a 28, 29 right here. Wow. At this huge trout. Look at his belly right there. Look at that. It's so fat right here. This is probably like a 28-inch trout right here. What a beauty. This thing hit the spoon really hard. Man. I can't even breathe right now. That's how excited I am. Look at that. That is crazy, dude. At the floodgates this big. What a beast. All right, let's let it go. Look at that. My hand can't even fully grasp the tonnage and girth of this trout. Perfect. Wow, what a beast, man. That thing is huge. All right, guys, then we're gonna go ahead and call it. We've been here since 7 this morning and no luck. Really just that big ass trout. So we measured, it was 27 inches and it was big. My PB is 27 1/4. I thought I was gonna beat it, but you know, a 27-inch trout out here in the upper Texas coast is really good. It's impressive because most trout here, you can catch some big ones, but it's rare. Like a 30-inch trout up here in the upper Texas coast, man, you might see 1 or 2 caught, maybe 1 a year, at least that are made public, you know? Who knows, you know, maybe people catch them out there all the time, but publicly wise, you don't really see a lot of people catching humongous trout here over 25 inches. Of course, if you go more south, like if you go on, you know, like SPI area, pins, and yeah, you can catch 27, 28, 29 easily. But to break one over 30, very hard. So that's still going to be the goal eventually. But as of right now, you know, I think it's time to pack it up and find something else to do.